Hello friends, let us start the new topics and the exercise 7.2. Method of factorization. To solve the limit, we apply the method of factorization. In this exercise, we will factorize the given polynomial and take the limit. To find out the factorization, we apply the factorization method that we have learned in 9th and 10th standard. When the polynomials whose power is greater than 2, then we apply the synthetic division for the factorization. One key point is that whenever the limit here, that is tends to 2, substitute here z is equals to 2. And if you get numerator and the denominator 0, or the denominator is 0, then we try to cancel, we try to factorize these two polynomials. And then one factor will be the cancel from the numerator and the denominator. Which is that factor? X z minus 2 will be the cancellation factor. And if we cancel it, then our problem is solved. Now in this example, that is a z square minus 5z plus 6 upon z square minus 4. Then what is the factors of z square minus 5z plus 6? The factors are in first bracket z minus 2 and in second bracket z minus 3. And what about the denominator? It is of the form a square minus b square. Therefore, the factors are z minus 2 into z plus 2. Now we will solve this example. All the examples are easy. You will say that what we are not substituting all these values directly here. We do not substitute directly. We get the indeterminate form, which is 0 upon 0. And to avoid this form, we try to factorize. We try to find out the correct limit of the given function. These all are the algebraic limits. Algebraic limits means what? The polynomial functions are there. F of z is equals to z square minus 5z plus 6 and z square minus 4. Now see this, how I had solved. As z tends to 2, z minus 2 is a cancellation factor. This is your key point to remember always. At limit z tends to 2, then z minus 2 is a cancellation factor. And suppose that limit z tends to minus 2, then what will be the cancellation factor? The cancellation factor is z plus 2, because z minus in bracket minus 2, then minus will become plus. But here z tends to 2, therefore the cancellation factor is a z minus 2. This is the cancellation factor. You do not want to write this in the exam, but to explain you, I had written there. That is L is equals to limit z tends to 2, z square minus 5z plus 6 upon z. You can write this example. Now, these are the factors. That is z square minus 5z plus 6. The factors are in first bracket z minus 2 and in the second bracket z minus 3. To the denominator z minus 2 and z plus 2. Now what will cancel? Z minus 2 is the cancellation factor. Therefore, limit z tends to 2 and substitute the value. That is, in this case, z minus 2 get cancelled from the numerator and the denominator. Therefore, what is the remaining? Z minus 3 upon z plus 2. Now replace here z by 2. 2 minus 3 upon 2 plus 2. Therefore, we'll get the limit. Therefore, here 2 minus 3, it's a minus 1, and 2 plus 2 is a 4. Therefore, the limit of the given function is minus 1 by 4. And this is the answer. Now, the next problem is problem number 2. Limit x tends to minus 3. Limit x tends to minus 3 of the function x plus 3 upon x square plus 4x plus 3. Now in this case, if we substitute, that is x is equals to 3, then what will happen? That is a 3 minus 3 plus 3 will become 0, and here is a 9, and 9 plus 3, that is a 12, and here the 4 into minus 3, it is again the minus 12. Therefore, in the numerator and the denominator, we get 0. Therefore, here we will factorize the given polynomial. Now, see this. Now, what is our cancellation factor is here? The cancellation factor, that is limit x tends to minus 3. Then the cancellation factor is x minus in bracket minus 3. Therefore, minus minus will become plus, and that's why x plus 3 is the cancellation factor. Now, see this very carefully. That is x minus whatever the limit tends to minus 3. And overall it becomes x plus 3. Therefore, from numerator and the denominator, x plus 3 get cancelled. See this? Now, we'll factorize here. This is very simple quadratic equation. That is x square plus 4x plus 3, and their factors are x plus 3 up into x plus 1. Now, from the numerator and the denominator, x plus 3 get cancelled, and you get, that is 1 upon x plus 1. Now, as x tends to minus 3, then 1 upon minus 3 plus 1, which is the minus 1 upon 2. Therefore, the answer is L is equals to minus 1 upon 2. And this is the final answer for the limit. Now I will show you again. Therefore, L is equals to minus 1 upon 2. Now we see the next example. Example number 3. Limit y tends to 0, 5y cube plus 8y square upon 3y raised to 4 minus 16y square. Now what's happening here? If we substitute here y is equals to 0, then you will get 0 plus 0, because y is 0, 0. Upon 0 minus 0 is again 0. That is 0 upon 0, which is the indeterminate form. Then what we can do here? Now I had given the one idea how to solve. That is again y tends to 0. That is y minus 0 will be the cancellation factor. If you take y square from the numerator and y square from the denominator, and then the cancellation factor will be the y from the numerator and the denominator, y square will get cancelled. Now see this again. Now the cancellation factor is as y tends to 0, is y minus 0, that is y is a cancellation factor. From the numerator, we have taken, this is the constant term, that is now again you can see this here. That is y square is common from the both of the terms, and in bracket you will get 5y plus 8, 3y square minus 16. Now this y square get cancelled, and then they take limit as y tends to 0. Therefore this will become 0 and 0. 8 upon minus 16. That is a minus 1 upon 2 will be the limit of this given function. Take the limit. We take the limit, then it gets the cancel. Again, you can see this. If you take the limit, then you will get the answer. If you substitute y is equals to 0, then 0 plus 8 upon 0 minus 16. Next is, that is 8 upon minus 16, and which is nothing minus 1 upon 2. Therefore, the limit of the given function is minus 1 upon 2. Therefore, these examples are very easy questions if you know the trick of the example. Now next, limit x tends to minus 2, minus 2x square minus 4 x cube upon 2x square. Now here limit as x tends to minus 2, then what will the cancellation factor? The cancellation factor is x minus in bracket minus 2. Therefore minus minus will become plus. Therefore x plus 2 is a cancellation factor. Cancellation factor means what? From the numerator and the denominator, you will get x plus 2 as a common, and it will be the cancel. Now see this again here, I am writing here. This is important. That is x plus 2 will be the cancellation factor. Now see this here. Limit x tends to minus 2. From the numerator, I had taken minus 2 as a common. Therefore, minus 2 in bracket x plus 2. What about the denominator? From the denominator, I will take x square as a common. Therefore, here from the denominator x square as a common, and x plus 2 get cancelled, as x plus 2 get cancelled from the numerator denominator, and then directly substitute the value of x, which is the minus 2 square, and you will get the limit. This is, now you can substitute here directly, that is x is equals to minus 2, and it is the minus 2 upon 4. Therefore, that is equals to minus 1 upon 2. Therefore, minus 1 upon 2 is the answer. Now next, now this is the problem. X square plus 2x minus 15 and x square minus 5x plus 6. Now again the limit x tends to 3. Therefore, what will the cancellation factor? The cancellation factor is x minus 3. Yes, it is clear that. What are the factors of this polynomial? The factors of this polynomial x square plus 2x minus 15 is x plus 5 in first bracket and in second bracket x minus 3. And what are the factors of x square minus 5x plus 6? X minus 3 into text bracket x minus 2. Now see this here. Again I am writing here. Now next we will factorize this. This is important. We have factorized this. Numerator is x plus 2 and denominator is x minus 3. Numerator is x plus 5 into x minus 3 and denominator is x minus 2 into x minus 3. Now x minus 3 from the numerator get cancelled, and now in this case we will substitute the direct value of x is equals to 3. 3 plus 5 is 8. 3 minus 2 is 1. 8 upon 1, that is 8. Therefore, L is equals to 8. This is the answer. You can write easily. Now the question number 2. Evaluate the following limits. The first problem. Limit u tends to 1, u raised to 4 minus 1 upon u cube minus 1. Now here is a u raised to 4. U raised to 4 minus 1 raised to 4 also. Means what? Here a raised to 4 minus b raised to 4. Then what will the factors? The factors are a square minus b square into a square plus b square. And the next factors are a minus b into a plus b into a square plus b square. And here is a u cube minus 1. U cube minus 1 means what? 1 cube. That is in first, what are the formula for this? A cube minus b cube. Now here we will apply the formula, that is a raised to 4 minus b raised to 4, and its answer is, that is a square minus b square upon into a square plus b square. And again the factors are, that is a minus b in first bracket and in second bracket a plus b into a square plus b square. In the same manner, here we have, that is the a raised to here we have, that is the u raised to 4 minus 1 raised to 4, and we can have their factors u square minus 1 square and u square plus 1. And in the next, that is the u minus 1 and u plus 1 into u square plus 1. What about the denominator? In the denominator, you have u cube minus 1, and therefore the factors are, that is a cube minus b cube, that is a cube minus b cube, that is equals to, that is, we factorize this, is like this, that is in first bracket you will get, that is here a minus b, in second bracket you will get a square plus ab plus b square. And in the same way here, this is a u cube minus 1 cube, then u minus 1 in first bracket, second bracket u square minus u plus 1 square. Now here is u into 1 is 1 and 1 square is, these will be the factors here. That is, here is a plus sign. In this way, we'll factorize this. Now see this next. I had written, that is a cancellation factor is a u minus 1. Therefore, you can write it u square bracket square minus 1 square, and it's a square, u cube minus 1 cube. Now factorize this. This is the first part, u square minus 1 square. What is here? U cube, u square minus 1 square, u square plus 1 square, to the denominator, that is a u minus 1, u square plus u plus 1, bracket complete. Now see this here. And also I am writing the formula, that is the, this is the formula that you can understand it. Again I had factorized it. Now here, that is a u minus 1 and u minus 1 from the denominator get cancelled. Now you can see this again, once again. This is the That is u minus 1 from the numerator and the denominator get cancelled. Now we'll substitute the values. That is the limit u tends to 1. This is the numerator and the denominator. Now substitute u is equals to 1. Here is a 1 plus 1. That is a 2. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 into 2, 4. 4 upon 3. Now see this here. 2 into 2, 4. 4 upon 3. And therefore, this is the final answer. Again, you can see this also. This is the answer. Now next. Limit x tends to 3, 1 upon x minus 3. Now this is our problem. Now to solve this problem, again we will apply the formula, that is a cube minus b cube. Also x minus 3 and x cube minus 27. Now here is again, now here we have to the denominator x minus 3 and x cube minus 27. Now we will factorize this. We will find out the LCM of, that is the LCM of x minus 3 and LCM of x minus 3 and x cube minus 27. Then what are again the factors? That is a cube minus b cube is equals to, in first bracket, a minus b, a square plus ab plus b square. In the same way, the factors are here, that is a x cube minus 27. Then what are the factors? X minus 3, x square plus 3x plus 9. Then what will the LCM? The LCM is x minus 3, x minus 3, 1 is common from there, x minus 3. And second factor is x square plus 3x plus 9. This will be the LCM. For the here, that is the x minus 3. Here we required one term, that is x square plus 3x plus 9. Therefore, for the numerator and denominator, we will multiply x square plus 3x plus 9, and then the denominator will be equal, and we will solve the examples. Now see this, how I had solved. Now this is the, that here we have factorized it. That is a 1 upon x minus 3, 9x upon x minus 3 into x square plus 3x plus 9. Now the next is, that is a cancellation factor. Again, limit x tends to 3. What is the cancellation factor? X minus 3. Therefore, a cube minus b cube, their factors are like this. That is, I had just tell you that here is only the x minus 3, and to make the denominator equal for these two, that is the first function and the second polynomial. That is, here we multiplied numerator and the denominator by x square plus 3x plus 9, x square plus 3x plus 9. Here we do not require, because the denominator is a completely LCM. Therefore, is x minus 3, x square plus 3. This is the LCM. And here, that we will simplify here. That is x square plus 3x plus 9 minus 9x. Now here is a minus 9x and plus 3x. It will become minus 6x. And therefore, it is a perfect square of x minus 6x plus 9. And here is this. That is x square minus 6x plus 9. It's a perfect square. It's a perfect square of x minus 3 bracket square. Therefore, we write here. And one thing we will cancel here. X minus 3 get cancelled from the numerator till there is a x minus 3 to the numerator. And when we substitute that is x is equals to 3, the numerator will become 0. Therefore, we substitute here. That is x minus 3 get cancelled. But again, there is a 1x minus 3 for the numerator. And here we substitute. That is a x is equals to 3. 3 minus 3 is 3 square. 3 into 3 plus 9. And hence, you will get numerator is a 0. Whatever the denominator, that is a 0 upon 27. And overall, the limit of the given function is 0. Now next. Question number 3. Limit x tends to 2. X cube minus 4x square plus 4x x square minus 1. This is the problem. What is here? X square, x cube minus 4x square plus 4. Now here we will take the common as a. Now from this polynomial, it's a clear that what is here? X square, x cube minus 4x square plus 4x. Now from this we can take the common as, that is x, then in bracket you will get x square minus 4x and 4. And now this is the perfect square. It is a perfect square of x minus 2 bracket square. Now again, what is the limit? Limit x tends to 2. Therefore the cancellation factor is x minus 2. This is you have to remember. Now let us solve this. See this here. Again I am writing x tends to 2. The cancellation factor is a x minus 2. Now next is. Now here is x square, x in bracket x square minus 4x plus 4 upon x and make the small mistake is there. That is here the x minus 2 bracket square, and if we substitute, that is the x is equals to 2. Therefore what will happen? 2 minus 2. The numerator will become 0, and overall 0 upon whatever that 0 upon 3, and overall the answer is 0. This is the, again you can see this. Next, number 4. Limit delta x tends to 0. X plus delta x bracket square minus 2 x plus delta x plus 1 minus in bracket x square minus 2x plus 1 upon delta x. Now again this is very simple problem, as limit delta x tends to 0. Therefore what is the cancellation factor? That is the delta x minus 0. Therefore it's only the delta x is the cancellation factor is there. Now let's see here. Here again we will only the expansion of, that is what is that, x plus delta x bracket square. Only the expansion is there. That is you will get x square plus 2x into delta x plus delta x, it's a bracket square, and only the normal simplification is there. Therefore, this here. One thing is remain. See this here. Plus 1. That is we have written the problem. That is a limit delta x tends to 0, x plus delta x bracket square minus 2 in bracket x plus delta x plus 1 minus x square minus 2x plus 1 upon delta x. Therefore, the expand is x plus delta x. This is the expansion. First expansion x square plus 2x into delta x plus delta x bracket square minus 2x minus 2 into delta x plus 1. Therefore, upon delta x. Now, what will the cancellation factors are? That is the first of all plus x square minus x square get cancelled, plus 2x minus 2x plus 1 minus 1. These are getting the cancel. Limit delta x tends to 0. These are the cancellation factors. Now what's the remaining here? See this again. That is 2 into delta x. Next is delta x bracket square minus 2 delta x minus 2 delta x upon delta x. Now take the delta x as a common. Then in bracket you will get two x plus delta x minus 2 upon delta x. From the numerator and the denominator, delta x get cancelled. As the delta x tends to 0, then what will happen? This will become 0. That is a 2x minus 2. And this will be the final answer. Now you can see this once again. These are the steps. If you want to write, you can write also. That is a 2x minus 1. What about here delta x? This delta x will become 0. Then what will remaining? That is a 2x minus 2. This is the final answer. The limit L is equals to 2x minus 2. Now next, limit x tends to root 2 x square. Now this is the problem. That is limit x tends to root 2 x square plus x root 2 minus 4 and x square minus 3x root 2 plus 4. Now we will factorize here. What will the cancellation factor? The cancellation factor is a x minus root 2. Now we want to factorize. Now see this here. That is a x square. That is a 2x root 2 minus x root 2 minus 4. Now what's happening here? That is a 2x root 2 minus x root 2. Then you will get 1x root 2. And the product of these two, that is a 2 into root 2 into root 2. Root 2 into root 2, that will become 2, and 2 into 2, 4. Therefore, we get this. Now, we will take the common from these two. That is common from these two and common from these two. What are the factors? That is x in bracket x in bracket x plus 2 2 root 2 will be the cancellation factor. And from this common, now this 4 can be written as, that the 4 is equals to 2 into 2. And again this 2 can be written as, that is a 2 into root 2 into root 2. Therefore, what will the common from these two? The common from these two is root 2. Therefore, it is written as, that is a minus root 2 is common. Then in bracket, you will get x plus 2 root 2. And these are the common. Therefore, x plus 2 root 2 in first bracket and second bracket x minus root 2. Now see this here. Again the factors of, that is a x square minus 3x root 2 plus 4. That is, we want to factorize this, and to factorize it, it's a this you have to remember. The product of this x square, its a coefficient is 1, and here is a 4, 1 into 4, that will become 4. Now we required the factors. The middle term is minus 3 root 2. Then what will be the two terms? That is a minus 2 root 2 and minus root 2. Minus 2 root 2 and minus root 2 will become minus 3 root 2. And their product, that is a minus 2 root 2 into minus root 2. That is a root 2 into root 2, 2, 2 into 2, 4. It will become. And then we will take the common. Again, how to write this 4? That is a 4 can be written as 2 into 2. Again, this can be written as 2 into root 2 into root 2. See this here. The factorization is the important part, therefore I am explaining you. This is the x square plus 2 root 2x minus root 2x minus 4. Now we'll take the common from these two terms. What is the common? The common is x. Then in bracket x plus 2 root 2. And from these two we'll take minus root 2 as common. And then in bracket you will get 2 root 2. These are the, again I had written, that is a 4 can be written as, this is important. You can write down also at the same time. These are the factors of this x square plus x root 2 minus 4. Now the next is x square minus 3x root 2 plus 4 is equals to, that is x square minus 2x root 2 minus x root 2. That is a minus 2x root 2 and minus x root 2. It will become minus 3. And again 4 can be written as, that's a 4 is equals to 2 into 2. See this here. This is just we have written. Again I am writing in the bracket. This I am writing here also. Therefore, we are taking these are the factors. That is x minus 2 root 2 in second bracket x minus root 2. These are the factors. Therefore, our limit becomes, we substitute the factors. These are the factors. Now x minus root 2, x minus root 2 get cancelled. Again, as x tends to 2, the cancellation factor is x minus root 2. These two terms get cancelled. And then we'll substitute directly after the cancellation. X minus 2 root 2. Now here substitute x is equals to root 2. Root 2 plus 2 root 2. It will become 3 root 2. And root 2 minus 2 root 2. It becomes minus only root 2. Therefore, the simplification is root 2 get cancelled and you will get 3. Minus 3 is answer. Therefore, this is the final answer. Now the next, number 6. Now we'll see the next example. Limit x tends to x cube minus 7x plus 6 upon x cube minus 7x square plus 16x minus 12. Now what is the cancellation factor is here? The cancellation factor is x minus 2. Now these are the polynomials whose index is greater than 2. Therefore, we will factorize by using the synthetic division. That's you have learned in the 9th standard. Now we'll find out their factors. As x tends to 2, both the numerator and the denominator tends to 0 if we substitute x tends to 2. Therefore, we will factorize by synthetic division. Now, it is clear that the cancellation factor is x minus 2. We will find first factors of x cube minus 7x plus 6. Now, we will factorize the x square minus 7x plus 6. Write the polynomial in the standard form. X cube plus 0x square minus, now square term is not present there, therefore we are writing here 0x square. The first power is present there, it's a minus 7x as it is, and plus 6. This is in the decreasing order, 3, 2, 1 constant. Therefore, now we'll factorize by using the synthetic division. It's clear that the first factor is x minus 2. And now we'll find the second factor. Second factor for this polynomial. X minus 2 is the first factor. Second factor, write in the coefficient form. These are the coefficient x cube. The coefficient of x cube is 1. Coefficient of x square is 0. Coefficient of x is minus 7. And the constant is 6. Now here is x minus 2. Therefore, we write here x is equals to 2. Suppose that here, if here is x plus 2, then it will be here x minus 2. Now here is x minus 2. Therefore, we will write here only the 2. Now see this here, how the calculations are. So I have written. Now first is 2. Now the first term, keep it as it is. And the next is 1 into 2. 1 into 2 means what? Here will be the 2. Right here 2. So this I have written 2. Now algebraic addition of these two terms. That is a 0 plus 2. 0 plus 2 is a 2. Again 2 into 2. We'll write here 4. And minus 7 plus 4 is minus 3. See this again. That is 2 into 2, 4. And minus 7 plus 4 is minus 3. Again next is 2 into minus 3. That will become minus 6. And plus 6 and minus 6 get cancelled. And 0 is the remainder. It means that x minus 2 is the factor of x cube minus 7x plus 6. What is the second factor? To find out the second factor, these are the coefficient. Then the order, that is a degree of this is, that is a 1, 2, 3. Then its a degree will be, now see the second, that is a 1, 2, minus 3. These are the 3. Therefore, the degree is 3 minus 1. That is a 2 will be the degree. Therefore, what is the second factor? The second factor is a x square plus 2x minus 3. This will be the second factor. Now see the second here. Second factor, that is x square plus 2x minus 3. X square minus 7x plus 6 factors are. Also we can factorize this x square plus 2x minus 3. What will the factors? In first bracket x plus 3. In second bracket x minus 1. Now for the next, this is the x cube minus 7x square plus 16x minus 12. Now 3, 2, 1 constant. This is in the decreasing order, and therefore now this is a coefficient x cube. The coefficient of x cube is 1, x square is a minus 7, and the 16x is a 16, and the minus 12. Now it is clear that the first factor is a x minus 2, that is a 2 here. Now again here, that is keep this one as it is. 1 into 2, that is a 2. Minus 7 plus 2, minus 5. 2 into minus 5, that is a minus 10. 16 minus 10, you will get 6. 6 into 2, that is a 12. Plus 12 minus 12 get cancelled, and remainder is 0. Therefore, it's clear that x minus 2 is a factor. Now here we want to find out the second factor. Now the coefficients are 1, minus 5, 6. Therefore, the degree will be the 2. Therefore, x square minus 5x plus 6. This is the second factor, x square minus 5x plus 6. Again, we can factorize this. What are the factors? That is in bracket x minus 2. In second bracket x minus 3. This is the simple quadratic polynomial. Also, I am writing the factors of x square plus 2x minus 3 here. These are the factors. Therefore, for all the factors are, we can write down now. Therefore, the limit x tends to 2, x cube minus 7x plus 6 upon x cube minus 7x square plus 16x minus 12. Now, substitute the factors. Now, the cancellation is x minus 2, x minus 2 will cancel from the numerator and the denominator. Now, if we substitute x is equals to 2, then what you will get? 2 the denominator till there is x minus 2, therefore denominator is a 0, and that's why the limit of the given function does not exist if the denominator is a 0. If the denominator is 0 for the limit, then the limit of the function does not exist. Area does not exist. Now we see the next example. That's a question number 3. Evaluate the following limits. Limit y tends to 1 upon 2, 1 minus 8y cube upon 4 upon y minus 4y cube. Now here is a clear that the cancellation factor is a y minus 1 upon 2. Now see this here. Now here that is a cube minus b cube. And to the denominator we will take y as a common. Then in bracket you will get 1 minus 2, 1 minus 4y square. And then we will factorize it. Here is a 1 cube minus 2y bracket cube. If you take the y as common, then in bracket you will get 1 square minus 2y bracket square. Therefore, their factors are a cube minus b cube. That is in first bracket a minus b, second bracket a square plus ab plus b square. Therefore, limit y tends to 1 upon 2. That is 1 minus 2y. In second bracket 1 plus 2y into 1 plus 2y bracket square means 4y square. What about here? Y into 1 minus 2y bracket square. That is in first bracket 1 minus 2y. In second bracket 1 plus 2y. Now here 1 minus 2y, 1 minus 2y from the numerator and the denominator get cancelled. There is a limit y tends to 1 upon 2, 1 plus 2y plus 4y square. This is the to the numerator and the denominator is a y into 1 plus 2y. Now here we substitute directly y is equals to 1 upon 2 and we get the answer. Now see this here. This is to the numerator, that is a 1 plus 2 into 1 upon 2 plus 4 into 1 upon 2 bracket square. Now we substitute to the denominator, that is a 1, y is replaced by 1 upon 2, 1 plus 2 into 1 upon 2. Therefore, here is a 2 get cancelled, we will get 1 here. 1 upon 4. 4 into 1 upon 4, 4 get cancelled, we will get 1. 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is a 3. Now here is again 2 get cancelled, we will get 1 plus 1, 2. 2 into 1 upon 2, again 2 get cancelled, and overall you will get one answer. Is it right? Answer you can write now. Therefore, L is equals to 3. Number 2. Limit x tends to 1, x minus 2 upon x square minus 6. Now see this. X minus 2 upon x square minus x minus 1 upon x cube minus 3x square plus 2x. Now what is the cancellation factor? Is x minus 1 will be the cancellation factor. If we substitute, that is x is equals to 1, then you will get the denominator 0 tends to 0 for the first and second. Therefore, we are taking that is a x and y, x common from the first denominator and from the second denominator we are taking the x as common. Now factorize this x square minus 3x plus 2. What are the factors? In first bracket x minus 2 into second bracket x minus 1. Now x minus 2 upon x into x minus 1 minus. Now we'll find out the LCM. Now what is the common for this x into x minus 1? X into x minus 1. What is the remaining factor here is a x minus 2. Therefore the LCM is x into x minus 2 into x minus 1. Therefore we will make the denominator as the same. Therefore here we will multiply it by the x minus 1 to the numerator and the denominator. Now see this here. We are multiplying numerator and the denominator by x minus 2. See this here. Multiplied numerator and the denominator by x minus 2. Now the denominator is x into x minus 1 into x minus 2. Here is also x into x minus 1 into x minus 2. And therefore this here, that is x minus 2 into x minus 2 minus 1 upon x into x minus 1 into x minus 2. And overall you are getting x square minus. If we simplify here their multiplication, x minus 2 bracket square, that is x square minus 4x plus 4 minus 1, and the denominator is keep it as it is. Therefore x square minus 4x plus 3, and again factorize it. Now what are the factors of x square minus 4x plus 3? In first bracket x minus 1, in second bracket x minus 3. Again x minus 1 get cancelled from the numerator and the denominator. X minus 1 get cancelled from the numerator and denominator, and then resubstitute, that is x is equals to 1. Then you will get 1 minus 3, 1, 1 minus 2, which is the minus 1. Yes, important. Substitute x is equals to 1, 1 minus 3 upon 1 into 1 minus 2. Then you will get answer. That is equals to 2 as 1 minus 3, 1 into 1 minus 2, minus 2 upon minus 1, and overall you are getting the answer as 2. Therefore limit L is equals to 2. Now the next is number 3. Limit x tends to 1, x raised to 4 minus 3x square plus 2, x cube minus 5x square plus 3x plus 1. Again, the order of this polynomial is greater than 2. Therefore, we will factorize by using the synthetic division. Now, see this here. It's clear that the first factor is x minus 1, because as limit x tends to 1, the first factor is x minus 1. Now we'll find out the second factor by using the synthetic division. Now x raised to 4 minus 3x square plus 2. The given polynomial is not in the standard form. Therefore, one term is absent there, that is x raised to 4 plus 0x cube minus 3x square plus 0x plus 2. This is important. We have written, that is in the decreasing form, 4th power. Third is not present there, therefore we have written 0x cube minus 3x square plus 0x plus 2. Now write their coefficients. These are the coefficients. That is, the first is 1, 0, minus 3, 0, 2. Now the first factor is x minus 1. Therefore we write here 1. First one. First one is actually 1 into 1 is 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 into 1, here is a 1. Minus 3 plus 1, that will become minus 2. See this here. It is minus 2. And again 1 into minus 2, that will become minus 2. 0 minus 2 is a minus 2. 1 minus 2 is again minus 2. And plus 2 minus 2, that will become 0. Now see, these are the coefficient 1, 1, minus 2, minus 2. The number of the coefficient are 4. Therefore, the order of the polynomial is 4 minus 1, that is equals to 3. Then what is the second factor? The second factor is 1x cube plus 1x square minus 2x minus 2. Now see this again here. Second factor. We am writing here. You can also write down here. Take common. From these two, we are taking the x square as common. In bracket x plus 1. From these two, we are taking the minus 2 common. Then in bracket x plus 1. X minus 1 plus bracket second bracket x square minus 2. X plus 1. Now next is x square minus 3x square plus 2. And in first bracket x minus 2 into x square minus 2 into x plus 1. Now the next factors. Factor of x cube minus 5x square plus 3x plus 1. The given polynomial is in the standard form. That is, the order is 3 here. 3, 2, 1 constant. 1 minus 5, 3, 1. Therefore, either 1 as it is. Keep 1 as a 1 into 1, 1. Minus 5 plus 1, minus 4. See this here. 1 minus 4 is a minus 4. Plus 3 minus 4 is a minus 1. And 1 into minus 1 is a 1 here. Minus 1 plus 1. That will become 0. Now what will be the second factor? The second factor is a x square minus 4x minus 1. This is the second factor. X square minus 4x minus 1. And overall, the factors are written in this manner. You can write also. Therefore, limit x tends to 1, x raised to 4 minus 3x square plus 2 upon x cube minus 5x square plus 3x plus 2 is equals to. Now write down their factors. All the factors are written very clearly. Now you can see this. X minus 1 from the numerator will get cancelled. Next is substitute the x is equals to 1. Next, therefore L is equals to 1 upon 2. Number 4. Limit x tends to 1, x plus 2 upon x square minus 5x plus 4 plus x minus 4 upon 3x square in bracket x square minus 3x plus 2 as again x tends to 1. Therefore, what are the cancellation factor? Cancellation factor is a x minus 1. But first of all, we factorize this. See this again. X minus 4 upon x square minus 3x plus 2. Now the factors we can write directly. That is x minus 1 and x minus 4. These are the factors. For the second, see this here, 3 into in bracket x minus 1 into x minus 2. Now we'll find out the LCM of the x minus 1 into x minus 4 and 3 into x minus 1 into x minus 2. Now what is the common thing is here? X minus 1 is common and uncommon is x minus 4, x minus 2 and 3. Which is absent here? For this x minus 2 is absent here. LCM is 3 into x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 4. See this here. LCM of x minus 1. This is the LCM. Therefore, limit x tends to 1, x plus 2 into 3 into x minus 2. Therefore, we write 3x minus 1, x minus 2 into x minus 4 plus x minus 4, x minus 4, 3 into x minus 1, x minus 2, x minus 4. This is the important. Now, the both of them have the denominator as a common. Therefore, limit x tends to 1. Value this. That is limit x tends to. This is important. 3x square minus 12 x square minus 8x plus 16, that is x minus 4 bracket square. We have written the expansion of this x minus 4, that is a bracket square. Now next is in the denominator, keep it as it is because they are in the factorization form. Now here simplify well. 3x square plus x square, that is a 4x square, minus 8x minus 12 plus 16, that is a plus 4. 4x square minus 8x plus 4. And this is written in this manner. We'll take the 4 as a common. Then in bracket you will get x square minus 2x plus 1. X square minus 2x plus 1. It is a perfect square of x minus 1 bracket square. Now see this here. If we take 4 as a common, x square minus 2x plus 1. I have taken 4 as a common. Now see this in the next step. It's x minus 1 bracket square to the numerator and the denominator is like this. That is a 3x minus 1 into x minus 2 into x minus 4. Now x minus 1 get cancelled, but 1x minus 1 will be still remaining in the numerator and therefore overall the value of this limit is 0 because 1 minus 1. Now here we are substituting the value x is equals to 1. 1 minus 1 0, 1 minus 2 is minus 1, 1 minus 3 is a minus 3. That is a numerator is a 0 and therefore overall the value is also 0. This is important. Now next, that is the limit L is equals to 0. We'll see the next example. That is the last example. Limit x tends to a, that is 1 upon 3ax plus 2a square, 2x square minus 3ax plus a square. Limit x tends to a. Now factorize this. X square minus 3x plus 2a square. We are writing the problem again. What is the cancellation factor is x minus a. Now factorize this denominator. That is a. These are the factors. That is x square minus 2x minus x plus 2a square. For the next 2x square minus 2x minus x plus a square. Now take the common. X is common. In bracket x minus 2a minus a x minus 2a plus 2x x minus a minus a x minus a. These are the factors. Next we can limit x tends to a. That is a x minus 2a into x minus a plus x minus a 2x minus a, and now their limit x tends to a. Now the LCM of x minus 2a, x minus a, 2x minus a is x minus a, x minus 2a, 2x minus a. This is the LCM. That is the limit x tends to a. That is a 2x minus a, which is not present there. That is a 2x minus a is not here. Therefore, we will multiply to the numerator and the denominator by 2x minus a. And the next is x minus 2a. Therefore, now the simplification. Now again you can see this here. Which is absent there? Here is x minus a, 2x minus a. Which term is absent there? That is the x minus 2a. Therefore, we will multiply numerator and denominator by x minus 2a. And their simplification. Therefore, limit x tends to a. That is, both of them have the same denominator. 2x minus a plus x minus 2a. Now 2x plus x is a 3x minus a minus 2a minus 3a. 3x minus 3a. We'll take 3 as a common. Take the 3 as a common. Then you will get x minus a get cancelled. That is limit x tends to a 3 upon x minus 2a into x 2x minus a. Now substitute x is equals to a. Then you will get 3 upon a minus 2a, 2a minus a. This is simplification. That is in first bracket a minus 2 is minus a, 2a minus a is a, and overall 3 minus a square. And this is the answer. That is the limit is equals to minus 3 upon a square. And in this way we have completed the exercise 7.2. Now we will see in the next video. Till then, goodbye.